Hi church, my name is Mackenzie Pearson and I'm the youth director here at First Pres Church. One of the best parts of my job is getting to take all of our youth program down to Gleanings for the Hungry on our annual mission trip. Gleanings is a YWAM base in Southern California. Gleanings does many things, but in the summer, they work as a peach plant. These peaches that are processed throughout the week by volunteers are then sent out for missionaries to pass them out to different countries of people who are hungry and need food. Our church has been taking students down to Gleanings for the Hungry for 25 years. It's such an amazing trip. It actually started as a trip for middle schoolers, and then over the years became a trip for middle schoolers and high schoolers. Nowadays, we take students ages 13 to 18 down to Gleanings for 10 days. Gleanings is hard, it's smelly, and it's sticky. But Gleanings is also an opportunity to learn about service, leadership, and to grow in relationships with Christ.
Eight times.
6 times as a student.
4 times, I think.
Twice.
Once.
1 time.
Once.
1 time.
5 times.
12.
Once.
4 full times as an adult helper.
I think this is year 7.
It's 2 years.
And 1 or 2 other times as just a helper driver.
I've been on Gleanings trips 13 times. Was on the original one.
Was my favorite and least favorite at the same time. But there's this thing called, I think it's cupping, where you turn the peaches a particular way, and it's a lot harder than it looks. And so I was really stressed out, and but I finally got in a rhythm, and I was able to do it, and I was very excited about that. As a student, some of my favorite memories would have been just kind of the trivial stuff of, oh my gosh, we're running around without our parents. This is great, So the actual work itself was fun, but it was just the evening hangouts.
Affirmations night. Everyone says really nice things about each other, but it makes everyone really vulnerable, but like in a really cool way.
Anytime we were in small groups.
Sleeping on the floor of a church in a sleeping bag, falling asleep, talking to new friends.
Singing, either in the fields or like in the plant, and just like enjoying the work with everybody.
When the whole day was done and we'd all play games outside, like volleyball in the pool, that was awesome.
I remember one year Aaron Leach decided to dye his hair red, and we called him Cherry Potter for like the rest of that year.
One year we hung up all of our hammocks. I think there were 4 strung between the 2 palm trees. We were all tired out and we just hung out, talked about God.
The plant manager, Dave, at the time, came to me and said, Jerry, I got to talk to you. And he said, look at all the peaches you guys did all week long. It's been hot and they're done, they're ready. They have to come in now or they'll be wasted. And we'll have to throw them all away. So we went back, went into the lunchroom and called a meeting. And Dave stood up and told them exactly that we have to go get those peaches tonight. And then afterwards, it was just kind of quiet. The kids all got up and left, all went out into the field without saying a word. They picked up the peaches and are stacking them up, and we're running forklifts and bringing them back in, covering them up to salvage the week's work. And it was quiet, but not somber. It was just dedicated. And it took until into the dark. We were running the forklifts with headlights to bring the peaches back. But to me, that just showed that the kids understood what they'd done all week, and it was real to them. It was dedication, and they were finishing the job.
You bond with people through a shared sense of accomplishing something, especially working hard and then also like playing hard and relaxing hard. You strengthen bonds doing that.
And it's somewhere that I can just go and be peaceful.
It allows you to understand how God can redeem work, how the work that you do becomes valuable. Yeah, you get to do something that means something.
It helps a lot of people, and I met some of my best friends on that trip last year.
It was a chance for me to have to work really, really hard, and just being in that close proximity to people 24/7, you just learn so much about everyone and learn patience.
It's really important to live out our faith in concrete ways instead of just talking about caring for the poor, talking about living in community. Gleanings gives kids an opportunity to really live into that.
Do something wonderfully, awesomely hard, but so much to gain from the time there. It's a hard departure, radical departure from daily life.
And in Gleanings, you're not directly serving the people that you are giving your time and efforts to. And I think that's a unique way to serve. I think it's probably a more important way to serve also, because you're not getting a ton of sort of feedback of how well you're doing on your particular service project. You're just being obedient to what God has called you to do.
It's true religion. It's helping the widows and the orphans and anybody in between that needs.
It changed my life, and I was an impact on many other people's lives.
Kids just leave very enriched, both in their faith and just in like their social norms, I guess. They just come out of their shell.
One word to describe Gleanings, I think that uniqueness comes up. There's just no place like it.
Emotional, but in a good way.
An escape.
Impactful.
Enduring.
Life-changing.
Community.
Radical.
Beaches.
Service.
It's useful.
Providence. Amazing, I guess. I don't know.
Elevating.
Family.
Fruitful.
Life-changing. That's two, but it's okay.
One of the things I didn't expect from Gleanings is how much it helps kids in our group really feel like they belong in the group.
Everyone who's been that I know takes away something. Sometimes it's a little different, but they all learn and gain something.
I feel like there's no waste whatsoever in Gleanings. There's no waste spiritually. There's no waste physically. There's just usefulness all the way around.
I just think everybody should do it at one point, and I'm probably going to do it for every year I can till I'm 18.
It's hot and it's uncomfortable, and yet you're with a group of people that you're serving with, which makes it fun and enjoyable, even though the work is hard and dirty and gross. It's a unique opportunity to be obedient to God.
Somewhere out there are people praying, Lord, we have no food, please take care of us. And they're going to be praying that prayer, let's say November of 2019. Well, in June of 2019, a bunch of youth from this church are going to go down and they're going to be doing all this work. And they're answering a prayer that has not yet been prayed because God has the providence to know what prayers are going to be prayed and puts it into motion ahead of time.
Thank you so much, First Pres, for your constant support. You support us through prayer, through financial giving, and through sending your students with us for 10 days. This trip is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and the students grow immensely. We could not do this trip without all of your support. Thank you.